And live, respectmyregion.com. We're here on another episode of the Respect My Region podcast, brought to you guys by the RMR Podcast Network. Now, today I've got a very special guest. We've got George Breiwa here. He's the founder, visionary behind this brand, which is called DynaVap. And I have a cool history with DynaVap. We'll get into that. But George, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you. How we doing today, my man?
Joy, I'm so thrilled to be here. It's kind of nice to connect, and since we got a little bit of history, it's good to kind of reconnect.
Absolutely. I only usually get to see you guys at the trade shows. I haven't been to many this year outside of MJ BizCon. I didn't see you there. I was all over the place doing content, and so I hope if you were there, I hope the show was great. If you weren't there, I hope you were making moves as normal. But it's always been so busy the last few years that whenever it is I do see you, you guys are popping, man. You guys have been growing. You guys have been steadily expanding into more and more retailers across the country. It's not just dispensaries. It's not just any one type of store. You guys sell all over the place. George, I'm excited to have you here, man. It's a pleasure. You guys were our very first ever advertiser that made us realize we could actually become a cannabis publication. You guys reached out to us. And that was a life-changing moment because of how much we've done, the mindset we have, and the impact. And so first and foremost, I just got to say thank you, because without you doing what you do as an entrepreneur, as an inventor, founder, all of the things, you then had the vision to do some marketing and reach out to somebody like us. And it's just dope to reconnect. And so I appreciate you, my man.
Well, likewise, it's really nice when we can see the results of our choices are benefiting others in a positive way. Because I think that's at the core of what being an entrepreneur really is. It's not just about doing your own thing and trying to make some money. At least in my opinion, it shouldn't be. It's about, what can I do that would be contributory to the overall in a meaningful way?
Yeah.
And if I do a good job with that, helping other people achieve more what they're looking for, then maybe there'll be a little bit left for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of cliche quotes out there. The reality is, though, is that if you can inspire others to be great and to do more with their lives and to be better or to improve, if you can help somebody, I think those are all things to be proud of and things that are fulfilling, more or less, depending on the person and what you care about. And you guys have a cool brand. You guys have been around for a number of years now. It's pushing 10. It might be older than 10. I don't know. We'll have to dive into the history here.
Sure.
The VonG just came
Yep.
out. You got a new product. You've got a product right there in front of you, one of the OG ones, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I've got some older ones. I've got the new VonG X here,
Yep.
and kind of a selection of various other things in the kit if we need to look at them for reference.
Let's go ahead and do this. Justin sent over, a lot of information about the 10-year, a lot of information about the VonG X, and so why don't we just work our way backwards? What's new? What's hot? What's the latest with you guys?
So with the VonG X, oh boy,
New product.
New product, and kind of really exciting here because this is the first product that in a long time that we've released that takes the mixed material approach.
Okay.
The last time we were really doing that was in our early years, like 2016, early 2017, when we still had a few stainless steel components in some of our titanium products.
Mm-hmm.
And then we figured out ways that we could make them all titanium because it seemed like that's what people were looking for. Well, then I think in the normal course of business, especially if your business has anything to do with product development, you have to ask questions. And one of those questions is, do people really care about a product being all titanium or all stainless steel? Or do they really care about how it looks and how it feels?
Mm-hmm.
And so
I'm going to go with the latter.
Yeah. And that's kind of the same conclusion we came to is, well, why don't we just try and leverage each component and each material to make each component from a material that, at least for the design or the intent of this specific product, is the best choice overall.
Yeah.
And so what we end up with is we've got our heaviest weight tip that we've basically ever made out of stainless steel, a nice stainless steel mouthpiece, and a nice fat, interesting titanium midsection or body that we apply our Duradyne finish on, which is kind of really a nice way to shine it up if we want, as well as give the titanium a nice scratch resistance. So when you use it in the water tools, it doesn't get all scratched up because titanium's kind of soft.
That is an important thing I don't really think about. That is an overlooked aspect of pipes,
Yep.
and I'll also put vapes in the category because of
Sure.
the just the inhalable
Yep.
similarity, right? And so for me, I had these on like I can hear you through my headphones. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Um, the reality for me is that like I got a couple vapes in my pocket,
Yep.
and the bodies of these vapes, whether they're glass or whether it's this metal part, they just get fucked up over time, right?
Yep.
They get sticky, they get messy. The glass definitely has broken. I've definitely had something like when I bent over, it snapped at like the cart connection point.
Sure.
And so I feel like that titanium body paired with the stainless steel, paired with the Duradyne finish, you
Yeah.
said?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those three elements definitely solve problems that are fairly consistent from, I'll call, the fragility of the other two styles of classic piped glass and just
Yep.
traditional vapes.
Yep. And that's the whole goal, and it's one of the key kind of principles behind how we like to operate our company.
Mm-hmm.
And that's we're not just looking to make products and to sell products. Of course, we need to, because if you don't have revenue as a business, well, then what are you?
Yeah.
Uh, so, yeah, set that aside. But if we're going to make products, well, we want to make products that are durable. We want to make products that work well. And we also like to put an emphasis on many of our products on simplicity. And I think it's a really important thing, because the fewer parts that you need to make a product, well, it's another design philosophy. Fewer parts, fewer failure points. And so you end up with more reliable parts, and you end up with more reliable products that, especially if you're using the right materials, they tend to last a long time.
Yeah, and I would add this: flash adds cost, and in a cost-conscious economy, particularly damaged by inflation and
Yep,
all these other things going on, pick your poison, pick your party, point fingers
exactly.
wherever you want. Uh, the reality is, shit's more expensive,
Yeah, it is.
just more money. So flash adds more money, right? The more packaging and more
It
bells and
does.
whistles, if you would.
It sure does. And so the goal being, how do we provide a really good user experience without adding in things that aren't necessary?
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, if we can make the product very user friendly and give it generational durability, which is another thing that,
That's a word I haven't heard,
okay,
or a
well,
phrase:
it's
generational durability.
it's something that I think as a company we have a little bit of a sense of pride when it comes to this one, and that is, it's very common for us to get input or feedback from customers that bought our product 5, 6, 7, 8 or more
10.
years ago. Yeah, and guess what? It still works. It works just
Yeah.
fine. And the reality is, you could lose it in a drawer for a decade, pull it out, clean it up, load it up, and it's probably going to work just like when you dropped it in the drawer.
Right. Or or after you've dropped it, smashed it, ran it over,
Yep.
it fell off the boat into the water. You got it because it sank directly, and whatever,
Yep.
like there's so many positives to the DynaVap product because I come from Washington, so I remember immediately gravitating towards your guys' brand. When that email came through and we got to do the first review and things, was it the right product for me? I don't use one hitters personally. I'm not a pipe girl. But that's because I'm not a glass guy. But
Okay.
you know what I would never bring on a hike? Glass.
Glass. Right.
Glass. Absolutely not. That's why I don't like pipes. It's not because I don't like DynaVap chillums or
Right.
DynaVap products.
Right.
It's the generalization of the pipe experience. I don't like glass. I don't think it tastes good. When it comes to your guys's OG products, I always thought, you know what? This would absolutely be the item that you put in your backpack, your hiking kit, your hiking thing, and
Yep.
it lasts 10, 15, 20 years because of what
Yep.
it's made with. And then you
Yes.
get another one, you go hike with other people, they get one, you get a Dynavap, like Oprah, you get a Dynavap, you get a
Yeah.
Dynavap.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
Exactly
hiking
that.
in a group, right? You all got your one hitters, you all got your pipes, and it becomes a thing, right? Like
Yep.
that to me hasn't become the norm yet because dispensaries and the way the market is, and probably 280 and all the pricing and everything.
Yeah.
Um, it just made it difficult for them to sell accessories, right? And that's a huge problem, is the dispensary accessory model. Now, for
Yeah, it
you
is.
guys, George, you guys have this other product. It's the what did you corrected me on it earlier. What is it
Oh, the
exactly?
VonG, the
The
VonG.
VonG, yes.
Yeah, the VonG.
What's going on with this VonG? And X stands for 10, so it's the VonG 10.
Yes, it does. And it's kind of in conjunction with, oh, wow, we've been actually selling products now to the public for more than 10 years. Holy cow. And so when we're trying to figure, okay, what are we going to call the VonG? Because we've done other versions of the VonG over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Someone suggested called the VonG X because we've been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah, if you haven't done 10 iterations, then VonG X is just sexy.
Well, I'm pretty sure we've done at least 10 iterations,
Oh, there we go.
depending on how you want to construe it, because we've had VonGs that are made of various different woods, etc.
Oh, there it is. That is dope.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's sick.
yeah,
That's perfect. All of that is perfect.
yep. In fact, the first several versions of the VonG were mostly wood,
Hmm.
and you know, it was one of those things that as a company, integrating wood into our products, I think gave us an appeal to a certain demographic that most other products just didn't have. Because when you just do a comparison, well, wood has its own feel to it compared to plastic and glass and metal.
I'm on Google Images right now. I typed in
Yep.
DynaVap wood. Am
Yep.
I seeing a product from you guys called the Woodwind?
Oh
Is that
yeah.
accurate?
Yep. That's another real fun one that we introduced a few years back uh, to bring
What
a
is the
new version of
core?
wood.
What is the proper terminology for the DynaVap OG product and these other ones? Are they chillums? Are they pipes? What are we calling them here? Are they just
Okay,
DynaVap?
that's an incredibly good question. And
I
so,
want to know what to say because I feel like I'm saying the wrong
okay,
shit and offending you.
okay. So there's a couple ways to go about this. Uh, the first one is, uh, as a company, we kind of classify all the products that we make. You know, whether it's an older one, a new one, as a VAP cap. You know, regardless of the version, right?
Okay.
Or if you want a more technical description, we call them a thermal extraction device because it uses heat to extract what you're looking for from your flower.
Because you guys load the bowl, you slide the cap thing over or flip
Yep,
it down, right? I forget
yep,
which one is the right
yep,
term. Then you heat that up, and the material vaporizes the.
yep. So it's a pretty simple operation. You know, the our products are basically miniature ovens with nice handles,
Okay.
and our signature cap is, I think, one of the key components that really defines us as a brand, as a company, because this cap is an incredible multifunctional tool that not only closes the end so your flower doesn't fall out,
Mm-hmm.
but it also functions as a heat shield so you don't scorch your flower when you're heating it up. It also functions as a heat exchanger as you're drawing through it to preheat the air so that you get better overall extraction. And when it's all done, it's got a built-in digger outer to dig everything out.
Yep.
Not to mention, it houses the calibrated thermostats that
Good old
click.
digger outer.
The digger outers, I think, one of the better attributes.
That
But
better, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know that those two combinations of words are real words, digger outer, but I will say this: that should be trademarked by you guys for sure. I absolutely love that. And you know what's crazy is I used it a few times when I had it before, and I'm a classic joint guy. At the time, I was a blunt smoker.
okay,
Not the device for me, like I said at the time. Now over time, as I've used it, as I've thought about it, as it's become uh, 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 integrated into the proper scenario, right? Hiking
okay,
with a group of friends in the
yep, yep,
backpack, a part of the right kit. The thing I don't like to leave things in my car because if I'm already high, then the piece is another thing.
right. Then it's a
But
liability.
right. Got more to lose. Can't afford losing that much yet. So it's like there's the right situation for it. And for you, George, when you think about the vision for this, what is the appropriate time or the daily situation for people to be using this new product that you've created?
Oh, such a challenging question because, you know, time
Well,
is
it's different for
relative,
everybody. How do
right?
you use it?
Yeah.
How would you envision using it? How did it become part of your frequent uses?
Okay. So my routine is more along the lines of, okay, I've made it through most of the critical things for the day.
Mm-hmm.
now my treat is I get to sample in some of the beautiful flower that's around. And so load one up, have a click, have a little taste, and kind of adjust the mindset and get prepared for the next round of tasks, activities, or whatever it might happen to be.
Decompress, reset,
Yep.
load the bowl,
Yep.
boom,
Get prepared.
get prepared, rock and roll. Okay, do you use a torch or a lighter? What do you
So for
recommend?
me, the torch is my favorite
Yep. Does
because
DynaVap sell torches to pair with the product?
absolutely we sure do. In fact,
Wonderful.
we have a Dynatorch.
Dynatorch. That looks sick.
Yeah, well, it's nice because the Dynatorch was designed specifically to fit perfectly in our packaging, which is also kind of fun because our
Yeah,
packaging
it's
is
a little travel kit.
little kit, little
That's
tin,
sick. Yeah, that's pretty.
and
Wow.
so you can fit your whole kit in this little tin that also fits in your pocket. And when I look at this is my carry, right?
Yeah.
I've got my heat source and I got my device, and we can go smaller if you want, but this is our new VonG, and just for perspective, it's just not very big.
Now, one of the key questions I've got, because I think the joints come in tins. I've
Yep.
gotten, I like the 5 packs. What are you gonna put in your pocket, George? A jar, a 5 joint jar, or a 5 joint
No,
tin, right? Or you know
it's
what
a
I mean?
tin. Yeah,
And
every time.
I'm not gonna put a pipe in my pocket. That's gonna, that's more appropriate for a bag in a bag, if you would, right?
Right.
So it's like, for those things, for me, I think, all right, I'm gonna hit that shit with George. I'm gonna, if we're linking up hypothetically in the situation.
Right.
Link it up with you. You know what I'm saying? We're over in the Midwest, Illinois, maybe Missouri. There's fireweed in both places.
Yep.
We load up a bowl. We load. We reset. We chill. We chat for a second. Is that device still hot after I've heated up, or what's the cool down time? Because I want to know how quickly I'm going to put it back in my pocket. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
So this is awesome question. So with the VonG X has our highest mass tip we've ever made.
Okay.
So what that means is it's going to take longer to heat up and it's going to stay hot longer.
You stay hot
Okay.
longer.
But if that's not what you're looking for, we make other variations to really kind of help our customer base tailor the experience for what they're looking for. I mean, this is really nice if you want to take a big rip through your water tool, okay, because it's got the tapers built right into it. You heat it up, you literally just drop it in, and you can hit your water tool.
Yep.
Or you can heat it up and take a puff and pass it to someone next to you, and they can take a puff, and they can pass someone else, take a puff, and it'll stay hot for probably close to a minute, which is on the longer side of things. And within 2 minutes, it's going to be cool enough you can drop it back in your pocket.
That's the point, though, is we do want that longer experience for a variety of reasons, all centered around flavor and cannabinoids, right?
Yep. Well, if you're sharing, absolutely. But if you're one of those people that's like, okay, I've got 2 minutes before I need to get on my next thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going up to you're a parent, you're a hiking parent in Oregon, the Northwest, Colorado, anywhere, Montana. You're going, you got this device already. But you got kids and you can't smoke at home, but you don't feel good. You got to go outside real quick.
Yeah. You're on the trail or whatever, and you walk 50 feet off so you can piss. And in the process, you heat up your cap, you get a click, you take a little puff. And by the time you're done, it's back in your pocket and you're walking back like nothing ever happened. And
what is this phrase you said, get a click? I've heard you say that a couple of times. What does that mean?
So one of the signature things about our product is it's not a pipe in the traditional sense, in the regard that you load it up and light it. Okay. You load it up and you heat it. Okay. So our products are products that effectively allow you to bake your cookies instead of burning them.
Yes.
And this results in a number of really interesting differences. The first one is your flower is going to taste like it smells. Okay. Versus when you roll it up and you put it in a joint, or you put it in a bowl or a pipe and you're lighting it. Yeah, you'll get some of the terpenes, but you're also getting tar and resin and
you're combusting through all of that so much faster in theory.
Yes.
Or not in theory, in actuality.
No, in actuality. So when you bake your cookies, you get a very strong terpene-centric flavor profile without the smoke and the burnt flavor. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a very, very different
The right
experience.
temperature for the right amount of time.
Exactly. The other thing that tends to happen is, uh, especially people that are consuming a fairly large amount, our products massively improve what's called your efficiency or effectiveness. So it's very common when people start using this product as part of the routine, not necessarily completely, but at least part of it. And whether they transition completely away from smoking or not, the fact is every time that they use this product, the amount of flower that they consume for the delivered effect is less. Okay.
It's
And in
not that
some
they're getting
cases,
higher, but they're getting more out of what they're using.
well, it depends on your person and what they're looking for. Okay. Because the fact that you get better mileage means, yeah, you can get to a more elevated level with the same amount, or you can get to the same level that you want to get to with less. Take your pick.
Yeah. That's an interesting way to look at it because there's different types of highs, folks. You got the energetic,
Yep.
you got the focus, you got this, and you got to think you can be super focused or you can be fucking zoned in, it's dialed in. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Like,
Just dialed. Yeah.
coding, right?
Let's go.
Engineering, design, CAD, like whatever it is, right?
Yes.
Like,
Oh man.
there's so many different versions of that. Or you could be stoned and stuck, or you've ever been so high you've eaten a million candies. You're just the munchies go crazy. There is literally those are
Yep.
different varying levels of elevation
Yep.
in
Different
terms of
variations.
highs, folks.
Yep.
Just for you guys out there, you noobs out there watching. I've got some good questions for you, dude. I've been freestyling this whole time. We're 20 minutes in. Big shout out to DynaVap coming in hot on this episode, folks. George Breiwa here, founder, visionary of the brand. Shout out to the entire DynaVap team and everyone that's been a part of the journey. 10 years is nothing to scoff at. It's something that as dispensaries are always like, oh, will the brand still be around? It's like, come on, dude. But you know, I'm going to read a little bit of the information here about you guys. I mean, you guys are huge. You know, proving that baking, not burning, is not just the future, but it's been part of your last decade. Built
Yep.
entirely on this new consumption category. I've never seen anything like it in any of the other nicotine vape spaces or cigarette world. Obviously, there's a lot of types of tobacco pipes out there, but
Yep.
I don't know people going hiking, smoking chillums of tobaccos. Never seen that before. Or like vaping tobacco hiking and making it a healthy situation or
Right.
healthier.
Right.
Whereas like you guys have all these different impacts. You guys do these thermal extraction devices, right?
Yep.
These are battery-free, manually heated tools that deliver pure terpene expression without combustion. So you guys think you're not plugging this in. This isn't taking more electricity. This isn't something you throw away. It's not an all-in-one, right? It's not a vape cartridge with plastic
Nope.
anywhere
Nope.
and like on the tip. There's no central posts or postless, right? Things like that. This is the device is what he's showing you guys here, and
Yep.
the VonG X is a major leap for them in a lot of ways, right? We're talking the precision control is the size. You're talking about the more mass and which leads to more. What did you say? Longer duration and more
Yep.
evenly divided heat, right?
Exactly.
For more precision vaporization. I mean, there's a lot of things to really consider here, folks, when you guys think about um, like, do you want to carry around a big electronic thing when you're out on the trail or at the beach? Do you want to leave? Do you want to have to deal with trash of an all in one if it runs out while you're at the beach? Right. And it's like
Right.
this device will last, and all of the devices from DynaVap will last. George, what's your absolute favorite one? You know, it's tough.
Hmm.
Sure, it's tough. You've made so many. But come on, dude. What's in your pocket? What's the daily? Don't bullshit me.
Well, I kind of like that question too, Joey. My favorite device is typically the one that I'm working on,
Mm,
and
that's a cool answer.
yeah, always working on something. So the reality is, it's not common that I've got one of the older devices in my pocket. It's usually something
Mm,
that we haven't finished yet because I want to keep it nearby in my pocket, in my hand. So I'm thinking about it. And so I'm trying to drill deep into what do I not like about this thing
yeah.
so I can fix it.
And if you have it there on you, you're able to get we'll call it focus groups of feedback here and there. You guys travel a lot, historically been all over the country, get to go to a lot of different markets at these different trade shows, and with your
Right.
guys' different retail partners, I'm sure you've had a lot of good weed through those devices and been able to hear some cool things. Um, let's pivot a little bit. Uh,
Okay.
George, how did you get into this? What were you doing before? If it's only been
Uh,
around 10 years, it's a long time.
Yep.
I'm 34. I've been doing RMR. It'll be 15 in February.
Wow.
I don't. Half my life is this, and the other half is
Wow.
I was 18 years old before that. So that's just high school and freshman year of college. So
That's
what was
fantastic.
your other part of your life? What were you doing before this?
Well, so before DynaVap, I was working in the insulation business, right? So
Okay,
dealing with thermal things there too.
interesting.
So I've kind of had an attraction to heat and heat transfer for as long as I can remember. Between that, lasers, physics, and just making things.
Did you just
Is
throw lasers in there casually? Freaking laser
I
beams.
mean, kind of.
Freaking
The
laser beams,
it
dude.
yeah. So something that
What did you do with lasers? What do you mean with that? How
so
do you just throw lasers in there casually among all these other regular world stuff? What do you mean?
okay. Well, so I've had an interest in lasers since I discovered that they existed. And, even when I was in high school, just trying to read and learn as much as I could about things. And kind
Interesting.
of knew at that point that I'm going to be doing stuff with lasers some way, somehow. Just that's going to happen. And when I started, really focusing on what DynaVap could be, it's like, well, you know what? Here we go. Now I've got a reason to start buying lasers. And and we started using lasers and incorporating them into our product basically from the very beginning. So even before I'd purchased anything other than the first very rudimentary piece of equipment for a few $100, we were using lasers to laser engrave our logo on our little caps. We didn't even own the laser, so we had to pay someone else to do it. But less than a year in, it's like we got to buy our own laser so we don't have to be having someone else do it. And bought our first real production laser, and then a
That's
few more
crazy.
after that.
And
And
is that what like cuts it all like
yep,
because
yep.
it's
So
3D printing and lasers are they're not again ignorant person don't I've
yep.
never 3D printed anything. So it's like are they the same? Is they different? Are you laser cutting?
Well,
Is it a
it
mold? What are we talking here?
it depends on the kind of additive manufacturing you're talking about. Some use lasers and some don't, and that's another
Mm,
technology that we've leveraged from the very beginning, and that's
cool.
additive. We've had 3D printers in our mix since 2015.
Oh wow. So
It's
that's 10 we're talking 10 years.
10 years of additive as well, and we still use 3D printers for quite a range of things, but rarely do we make products with them. We're making
Mm,
fixtures or parts of our machines that another, I think, interesting point or difference that you're going to find, regarding our company and other brands out there is we kind of bucked the trend 10 years ago. And instead of taking the idea and having a contract manufactured overseas, we took the opposite approach. And that was, well, why don't we just buy our own CNC machines and learn how to manufacture our own stuff? And that
yeah.
way we can iterate it and refine it faster and we can control it. And then we're not teaching someone else how to counterfeit all of our stuff and flood the market with our own product.
Yeah, I think working my way backwards on that one, smart because that tends to happen in China and the other places overseas for whatever reason. And then taking it one step further, I'm sure that added a little bit of cost to do that all yourself and probably upfront
Oh, yeah.
things. Um,
Yep.
have you guys? I was thinking of this, you know, the demand for products like this increasing? Are you feeling? Are you still bullish? Are we confident? Are we seeing a little downturn this year? Where are we at? What's the state of just demand in this thing? Because if you had to bet it all, you have made it 10 years, but we're
Right.
still betting it all because we're got to grow. It's the point of the business, right?
That's the whole point.
So it's like, are we still believing that these different items is not even just the believing, are the numbers showing that this is let's keep growing, let's keep going, let's keep doubling down.
I think we've got some pretty good indicators right now because,
Mm-hmm.
again, we've been able to make it 10 years. And that's not to say it's been massive growth year over year, every single year. It certainly hasn't
Of
been.
course.
I mean, for anyone that's been in this industry for more than 4 or 5 years, I think just about every brand went through a little bit of a holy cow, where did the floor go? as we were kind of pulling out of COVID, I mean, a lot of businesses in this industry disappeared.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we made it through that. And so we've been stable, and we've taken what we've learned from that, bringing out new products, the VonG X being one of them.
Yep.
And we've got some other really cool things that are nearly ready for release that I think are going to help turn things around in a pretty interesting way.
Are you able to talk about those? Do we get another RMR exclusive or what? Okay, you don't have to.
No, that's all good. So, yeah, sure. One of the cool ones that we've got is just kind of released it a couple days ago.
Oh, there we go.
And that is for the people that are looking for that extended, keep my device producing good, flavorful clouds. Well, we've got the cap armor now, which is basically a precision machine sleeve that goes right over your existing cap and snaps right on, and self-retains, which is kind of neat. It's just one singular component. Fits with nearly all the caps we've made over the last 5 or 6 years. So it's just an accessory. And now it helps to diffuse the heat a little bit better, especially when you're using a torch to heat it up.
Yep.
And it's going to keep everything hot a little bit longer, and even better when paired with one of our cool perforated caps. I mean, these things are just super cool. You hold them up the light and you can literally see all thousands of holes through there. You get more of that, what's called a convection style experience, because it helps to give you more of that hot air to bake those cookies and really preserve all those beautiful flavors that are in there.
Yeah, these strains, they all taste different. Some things taste better.
Yes, they do.
Smoking a J or a blunt, depending on what your thing is. Some people, I know a bong. People love the bongs. I can't stand bongs. I would rather hit a pipe when it's got some greens than rip a bong for sure. And I think with your guys' thing there, I actually just did the other day. I was vaping and I got really high off the vape that I was hitting, and so I look forward to being able to try the VonG X. And as well as getting, familiar with some of the other products since that first couple rounds when we were first introduced to each other. It's been quite a journey, and I'm excited to have been able to see you guys and be a part of it. George, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. Before we get you out of here, I got a couple more questions I got to make sure we cover, okay?
Cool.
All right. So obviously we went over the launch. We've gone over some of the thermal, your heating background, the culture of the brand, and kind of where you fit in. I really like this baking the cookies reference because you wouldn't light cookies on fire to cook them. You wouldn't stick cookies on a fire pit. You know what I mean?
No, and if you leave them in the oven too long and they burn and the kitchen fills with smoke.
Yep. So like there's a lot of really good, I'll say like analogy there and overlap there to really help give a perspective. But in terms of you guys and what you guys are going to be working on as we end this year, we've got a couple weeks before Christmas and the holidays all really start up now or continue on through. How do you guys hope to finish the year, and what are we looking forward to in 2026 with you guys?
Yeah, we're looking to finish the year strong this year. And come next year, I think with the introduction of some of these other products that we're working on, some of them that are even a little bit outside the brand, but still very much within our wheelhouse, I think we're looking at some pretty interesting diversification that just kind of expands who we are and what we're doing with our precision manufacturing capabilities right here in Wisconsin. It's really fun, Joy. I'm joining your podcast here from where I like to stream from, which is in the same building as we manufacture.
Oh, wow.
All of our parts.
Cool.
Okay. So CNC machines are literally on the other side of the wall in front of me.
Made in the U.S., baby. Wisconsin. Yep. Content created. Where can people follow the content you guys create and the streaming and all these?
Yeah, so our website is dynavap.com. And, same thing on all the social channels. Just look up DynaVap. You'll find us. We're there. We've got a decent Reddit community as well, where you can hear from a lot of other people that have our product or are looking for it. So there's a lot of good stuff there too.
Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. George, it's been great to reconnect with you, man. I appreciate it. DynaVap.com is where people can go visit and place orders and learn more if they have any question. George, I like to. We just had you do the last little message for the people from the brand side of things, but if I've been watching this video series and I'm introducing this last question into more of my content. But what
Okay.
would you say your message to the world is, either from the brand side of things or just from you? You know, it could be more, just anything that you got for the people.
Well, so something that's really been a driver in my life for a long period of time is trying to find a way to make a difference for the people around me. Whether it's finding a way just to make them smile or putting a little something extra in their order when they're buying things or engineering something into a product that someone may not find for years, if ever,
Mhm.
but put those little surprises inside and just do what we can to make the world a better place. Because the funny thing is, when we kind of make it a point to make other people feel a little bit better without looking for anything in return, it's almost like a savings account, right? You just save a little bit and you just don't know when it's going to quite come back. But it seems like the more positive contributions that we make to the world and our society, the higher the likelihood that good things come to us.
Love that. Put more of that out there and pray. Keep praying. More of it keeps coming back, right? And over time, it does. I always do the same thing. I feel like it goes beyond just parking karma, folks. You got to really
Yes.
just continue contributing positive energy to the world. You can choose to be negative. We
Yep.
can choose to let things bring us down, and it often is tough. There's a lot going on. Everybody has a lot going on in their own life. There's different traumas and stresses and all these things. Cannabis helps with a lot of it. Cannabis isn't for everybody either.
No,
Smoking isn't
it's
for
not.
everybody. So maybe
Nope.
it's vaporization. Maybe it's edible. Maybe this is a gift for somebody that, can't smoke, but maybe they need weed in their life. There's a lot of different ways people to contribute
There is.
positively in this world, and we put this content out there to help you guys just have another resource if you need it. And so if you guys need any help out there in cannabis, be sure to reach out. If you guys have any questions about DynaVap, you guys can of course reach out to me. I'll plug you to George and the team, or you can visit dynavap.com. My name is Joey J. Ping, Joey Bravo. This is George Breiwa. Big shout out to DynaVap. I appreciate y'all. I love you guys, and we'll see you on the next episode. I love you guys. Peace.
Thank you.